Kate, Scott, and Brock. You can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, maybe 6 points too.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And we're off and running from Nissan Stadium. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Your goal as a quarterback going into each and every season is to have a touchdown to interception ratio, Kate, of somewhere 2 to 3, and if you're great, 4 to 1. Anytime it's upside down like his outing last week with 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, you know that's not sustainable. It can lead to an awful lot of L's.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Williams on the play action. His first throw is an interception. And the Chargers have it now on his 8th pick of the year. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns. A lot more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you'd welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
Hits him on the out route. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets him around 6 there. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go. Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Tight end going in motion here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Titans and their running back about to get back to work. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season. Sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Handoff now from the gun. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stops. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 34. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Titans have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
So now here comes the Titans on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, Williams. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently, because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's a return from the 7th. He stopped on the return at the 27th. The Chargers ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lone back gets the handoff. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. Short pass brought in. And they take him down right along the 30. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Looking for a throw here. It is caught left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal. He'll throw it yet again. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Pass play now. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Less than a yard, all that's needed on 4th and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers get 6 more on their early advantage. Well, Brock, not the way I imagine it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted. So a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Titans ready to take over on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Williams to throw on first. It's cut right side by Watson. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
1st down, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. Working from the gun, Williams. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
They go play action here. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. Their winning streak just keeps growing and growing, Brock. 7 wins in a row now, and with this lead, could be an 8th straight. On 1st down, they'll run. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Complete out to the right side.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Here's a nickel look by the Titans. 3rd down.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They have 3rd and 4 to start out. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Titans have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Gets this one to Watson. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And oh, he got it! Interception!
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They send the tight end in motion. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Hits him on the in route. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throw left side, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he's able to drive up past the 40. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. Back now, pressure on its way. He has the 1st over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so that brings up 2nd down. Putting the tight end in motion. 2nd and 10 now. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. Hits him on the out route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
1st down from the red zone. This one's caught. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Has the LA touchdown. The Chargers parlay the interception into points. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers drive their lead to 11. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's stopped on the return at the 27. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Williams from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Ryan Stonehouse back out there again to punt it away. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. We've got a stoppage now. There was a player shaken up on that return, so we'll take a brief break as they tend to it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That's completed right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. They'll run here from the gun. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 47. Got his target. It's Otten. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Okay.
A tight end in motion now. From the 42. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Throwing from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 28. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Nashville. It's the Chargers, who have 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers push their lead to 18. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts at the 9. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Getting out, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
So you're meeting up with them at Hermosa Beach tonight. So they were saying that your dad has a real estate firm here in Hermosa Beach, California, and they said that he's money laundering and doing tax evasion. Also, your friend Brittany slept with your boyfriend Wyatt.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Here comes the Titans punting unit.
Melissa said that you don't know how to dress. Then she called her for your birthday. She wanted some shoes. And then she was ungrateful that you
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Chargers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10.
As far as for Eagles, I kind of had a feeling already. It is hurtful to know that it's confirmed.
He's dropping back to throw. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
Dicker on now for the PAT.
You know, to the point that it was.
The point after splits the upright. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again.
It's no dad tomorrow. You got no dad, a shut-up cousin, and he an A-cup chubby butt giggle.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. His return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
On sale on the TikTok shop. Check it out.
Williams set to pass. Jump off caught by his back. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their 1st. 2nd and 8. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage of this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, Well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
Third down. Here's Williams. We've got a screen to the running back. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on third down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. We've reached the break. The Chargers visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start with two teams that have shared quarterbacks in the past. Steve DeBerg, Joe Montana, Alex Smith, but no more. San Francisco at Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in that one. The Chiefs trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And they have the lead over the visiting New York.
Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. He'll take this at the 10. And look at this return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Chargers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Motion man sent left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2. From the 43. Completed to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. The give now out of the shotgun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 34. Tough for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know which.
From the red zone now. Touchdown, LA. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers continue piling on to this lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Titans and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start
what's
out
up?
with a first and 10.
Off, bro?
Off the play fake, Williams. Brought in by Burks. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. Second down now, 7 to go. Williams on the play action. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Williams from the gun. He's trying another one deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback.
Bro, like, this is so unorganized, bro.
If you're trying to
I can't. Like, it's just so unorganized. Like, we're not saying up one stuff big, bro. Like, bro.
Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
Hey, Ken, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense, just a few chapters ahead. Each time the defense tries to make an adjustment, the offense has a counter ready to go. Lesser passing games would have had some serious trouble trying to keep up with this pace. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 44 here on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look
Like,
at
I feel
one
like the
another
league could be good, but it's just like, it's so unorganized, bro. We don't say when teams are playing, and when we do start doing things everything instead of just the same thing, bro.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Making it seem more unorganized,
from the 39.
bro.
Pass is caught at the 9. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown.
Like stats weren't released, bro. We
The
can take
Chargers
awards
pick
and
it off and
bro.
get points on the ensuing drive.
Like, bro.
Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers tack on 7 more to their lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense, too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
Complete out to the right. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Second down now, 7 to go. A give now from the gun. Cuts it to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so...
And they pick him up again. It's like not unorganized. I'm not like it, bro.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes,
our team
take
can
him
make
off
plays.
this field altogether.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw now. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He'll throw it yet again. Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets this forward to the 19. 2nd and 3 now. Tight end in motion right.
That's what I'm saying. This is not unorganized, man. Like, what was the point of playing my game?
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That just might be a throw he would credit as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling.
What was the point of regular season if we just sit down the field?
They were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This will be a 44-yard look. Brown's kick is up and good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Titans back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Vacates quickly left side. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Hand off to the back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7. They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Looking for Christian Watson that time. So they're left with 4th down here. Their punter making his way out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. He has it at the 33. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. He's got a man left. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. That's a pickup of 9. And the Chargers will have a 1st. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now a give on the counter. And he's dropped just short of the marker. Maybe a yard away. Here we go. 3rd and less than a yard. Motioning left is their running back. Hits his running back. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All right, set now. 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Chargers have possession and a massive lead. This one looking like it could be over. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. It's an LA touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers continue adding on to that lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away.
Not that they're
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Dump off caught by his back. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers.
And they pick him off again! And the Chargers are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here comes their offense out again. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That finds Burks, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now. Williams to throw on 1st. This is hauled in by Weaver. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Titans will have a 1st down. Williams will look to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
And he's brought down after a short gain. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this third down. Williams from the gun. Complete. It's Weaver. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. And he's tackled for a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down. Back-to-back carries here. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here he goes on the bootleg. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Now we're on the counter. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
They give it to him again. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. Looks like a pickup of 2, and now they've got 3rd and 10. That's the 2-minute warning here in Nashville. Chargers getting closer to their 10th win of the season. And the Titans opting for a 50B, a nickel set 3rd down. Pass play coming here. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Short side option here. He's running left. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And this streak will live to see another week as they take down yet another opponent over Brock. What has been an incredible stretch of games for them. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Nashville.
That was because of all the teams. What you mean, bro? But